to go. Welcome back, guys. Full hour. I know you've missed us. For myself, Daps, George in the background, being a troll as usual. Keep liking, subscribing, sharing. I don't know when the last time we put one out was. When was the last time we put one out? End of August. End of December. Oh, end of December. So, Happy New Year then. Like I said, keep liking, subscribing, sharing, leaving all your comments and all that good stuff. We have got some special guests here today. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Kevin James, and I am England six-a-side coach.
And I'm Jamie Leggett, England six-a-side manager.
Okay, how are you guys doing today?
Yeah, not bad. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, that's alright. Good. I've been telling to get you on for a while, Jamie.
Oh, we've gone back a few years now, Daps. So
I know.
I kept on messaging you saying, when are you going to get us on?
I know, you did. And I kept passing it on to George. And he's finally done it.
Yep.
So, well done there. England six-a-side. So what exactly is that? For those that don't know.
You want me to touch on it first?
Yeah.
Right, so England six-a-side is the national team for obviously England.
Yeah.
We've got UK Socca, who's the governing body. And then they're part of the International Soccer Federation, which is the whole of the world, obviously. With that, obviously, leisure leagues help us with the funding, which is the six-a-side governing body for the whole of the UK. Six-a-side they're the biggest in the UK, basically, providing for what it says on the tin, local players. And you can get selected for the national team.
Oh, wow. And how did it start? Like, whose idea?
So leisure leagues obviously are the, as I touched on again, the ones what formed it. They broke away from a organisation what they was part of 2 years ago now. So there's been 2 World Cups. I was first of all manager of Scotland for the first time in Lisbon, and this year obviously I was England manager, and then obviously this year we're going into our 3rd year. It's grown each time. We had 32 the first year teams from around the world, and then this year we had 40 teams. They also do a club event as well for the leisure league teams or the organisations from around the world will provide their national teams. So yeah, it's growing every single time, but through leisure leagues and a family world group in Pakistan who are funding it. So
okay, and how did you get involved in it, Kevin?
Through Jamie. Yeah. And we've had a few duels from when I was coaching for Dulwich and Aspire. And we had a few under 18 dual battles, so yeah, probably from there I think we come to quite a lot of sessions previous to that, and then are connected through that kind of non-league kind of scene, and then probably now through some of the Sunday football in terms of like the SC Dons and all those sorts of people. So got a lot of mutual connections.
Yeah. How was it for you being alongside like Gavin and the whole Aspire movement?
Literally amazing. If anyone had seen any of my other comments and stuff throughout the years, Gavin, Rose and Junior Caddy are literally I class them as like my mentors in terms of coaching. Learning. I learned so much from them in terms of how to set up teams, organisation, ways of playing, ways of coaching, communication, man management. Literally the whole. Dulwich for me are doing well to keep hold of them. I think they should be in the league somewhere.
Yeah,
they need to be like minimum league one.
Yeah, I think it's I think that day is gonna come soon. I've been saying it. It's gonna come soon.
Top people, top coaches, man.
Yeah, you've obviously had time with non-league as well. Erith and Belvedere, am I right?
Yeah, no, I'm not as high as obviously Kev's done. Because to be fair, I think I've touched on it with you Daps before as well. I don't really enjoy 11-a-side, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's a lot of politics within the game, and I enjoy it with the sixer side and that side of it and fiver side and that. But yeah, I've sometimes I miss it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, I go in and out of 11 side. But yeah, from Belvedere, I had 2 good seasons there as a coach and as assistant manager and that. And yeah, no, it was enjoyable. But that was probably the only time that I really enjoyed 11 side, because maybe it was with my friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got a squad in who I knew, and we was in it together. So that's probably the only time I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, fun fact, my first ever team was Everything Belvedere.
Was it? Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
yeah, semi-pro team, Everything Belvedere. And my first ever manager playing at school, but Gavin.
Where is he?
Leighton Square.
Leighton Square, yeah, man.
I'm a Leighton Square guy.
That Leighton Square always gets mentioned a lot.
Yeah,
when it
no,
comes
man.
to,
So some of the players that
Gavin
have gone through Gav. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, but for your sixer side, the pool of players you lot get are normally from non-league clubs, right?
Have to be, yeah, because you can't have any contractual players playing in it. So yeah, it's
What's their contract with there?
still based as amateur.
Amateur football.
Amateur
So
football,
it basically, leisure leagues, and the organisation is amateur football. So it's all amateur, all semi-pro, giving the chance for a semi-pro, as I say, player to play for the national team on the world stage, and that's what leisure leagues and the world group have set up, and it's going from strength to strength, as I keep on touching on. But yeah, the past year, me and Kev, because I was with Scotland for 5-6 years as manager, this year it was pretty much mostly, apart from a couple of them, all 11-a-side players what we knew of. They've they've tampered with 5 and 6-a-side, who I've played against, some of them, but most of them are at a decent level of 11-a-side. This coming year, with the help of obviously leisure leagues and the UK Soccer, we're going to open it out to the whole country, and we're going to help them promote the leisure leagues within the UK, as I say, and hopefully it grows more, so the leisure league players have the opportunity to come to the trials when they're set and announced, and come along, and if you're good enough, then hopefully you'll get in.
Okay, but would you say that is, if you're good on 11-a-side, it automatically translates to the 6-a-side?
No. I let Kev explain it, because obviously I've been around 5 and 6-a-side players like for the last 15 years, so I knew about it. So this is Kev's first year of 5 and 6-a-side players, really, and I think it opened Kev's mind up, that it doesn't mean just because you're at a top level 11-a-side player that you can play 6-a-side. Don't you think, Kev?
Yeah, no, I think that with the coaching of it, I think because these players are obviously coached in 11-a-side football on a bigger scale, they're able to execute those things which for a 6-a-side you just need the coaching and that format of how to play. You could easily still get a base of professional players, which we did have a little friendly, didn't we? We had a little friendly against some players, a few pros, and then and we wiped the floor with them. It wasn't because they're not good. Yeah, it's because the way we set up in the format. That during the off season, a lot of the players, they go and play their little 5-a-side, 6-a-side, just to stay fit. You know what I mean? To try and tick over instead of doing the old school long running and stuff. So I think they kind of looked at it like that. It was just going to be one of those.
I think some of their comments were after the game was, we just couldn't break you down because of the way we set up. Like that's how we knew we had to set up in the World Cup. So it didn't matter that we was playing pros. That's how we was going to play in any game, and they've took that on board, the lads. And obviously, like we played against like Casey Palmer and who was it, Blair Turger and stuff like that, and obviously they're like pros, you know what I mean? And they was complimentary afterwards. It was like it was so hard to break you down, like because of the way we set up in 6-a-side.
Do you see that when people think about England six-a-side, they probably just think about Power League.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
just
they
think
think.
that's what it's
Power
gonna be
League
like.
goals, obviously
Power
leisure
League
leagues,
goals
as I
and
say.
stuff.
All your local football centres. They just think, oh yeah, it's just a kick around. Like they're not going to be that good.
Yeah.
But when they come and play us, it's a different story.
Yeah.
What would be like the main difference in regards to coaching the players with 11-a-side and coaching with the 6-a-side? What's the main thing
I left because obviously he's been a pro and he's been at the top level coaching in non-league, so I'll let him touch on it.
The main things would be the quickness of transition. I would say from attack to defence and vice versa.
Yeah.
It happens really quick. Because of the pitch size. You can have a team attacking and then all of a sudden straight up the other end and it's a goal. And then you're 1-0 down, and you now got to be looking at how confident your team are to stick, and how disciplined they are to stick to the your game plan at the time. So I think definitely the quickness of transition, and then the organisation set up in terms of how you actually defend, because you're going to get a lot of players that are creative, and that can express themselves really well and create on their own. We know Magic. Everyone knows Magic Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's, it's that difference. I think for me, and especially in the World Cup as well, the difference in transition for some, definitely the teams that made it to the final, and was that transition.
Oh, that was the thing. That
key. Also some other little tactics that that a lot of the teams kind of apply. Different blocks and different that people wouldn't even think of doing.
Yeah.
And they're blocking people for free kicks.
Yeah,
and
I think I tried to explain it to you and the lads, because obviously Maka was the only one who had been there before, and obviously now the lads have seen it. But it was I tried to explain it. It's like they took futsal into it as well.
Yeah.
It's like certain style of futsal with the blocking and then getting shots away through that blocking. I was trying to explain it to them, but I don't think you realise it until you actually see it in person how it works.
Okay. Talking about that World Cup, who was like the toughest?
Who we played?
Yeah, who you played?
I'll probably say the friendly. The friendly. The first day, we had 2 players missing and we had 9 players. We played a friendly on the first day when we got there against France, and we was missing Koscielny and Tyrone Sterling, and we played with the 9 players and we drew 0-0. But I'd probably say that's the hardest game. Yeah, France.
They brought it to us.
Yeah.
Okay, and in regards to just like the teams you saw, who really impressed you at that?
Hungary. Obviously,
Russia.
Russia went on to win it, but Russia beat Hungary in the quarterfinals
on penalties, wasn't it? That was
on penalties. So I'd probably them 2 teams. The disappointing teams who I know in the past have performed. Obviously, Germany won it the year before in Lisbon. They underperformed drastically, and Romania, but they was in the same group, and Hungary was in the same group as well. Yeah. So it was really the group of death, that one.
Russia, definitely Russia. Russia.
But Russia and Hungary this year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You still coach now for Crave Valley, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How's your season going so far?
Yeah, it's been alright. We've just got over a rough patch. We had a good start to the season. Obviously from getting promoted last year and winning the league and obviously our VAR's final at Wembley as well, which was a good experience for the team. But we've done ourselves good favours by sticking with most of the squad from last year. We've given them the opportunity to see how good they are at this level. And it's been mixed. We had a good win yesterday against Ashford, who are above us currently. So we're sitting fifth or sixth.
Who's top of that league?
Hastings.
Okay.
Yeah, by a few points. So yeah, no, we still got a good base of players that are capable of getting promotion. So it's about how we apply ourselves now for the coming the coming games that I left.
Yeah.
Really.
Did you always want to be a coach, or was it something you just kind of fell into?
I wouldn't say I fell into it because I coached a few of my friends when I used to. When I was at Charlton. My best friends at the time in my close knit circle at that time were Gavin Tomlin and Craig Rocastle and Kevin George. I'm older than them. So when I was a youth
team,
are you
older than Kevin?
Yeah, I'm 40.
No,
I was just 40. I just had my 40th party the other day.
Wow!
Where was you, man? You didn't come.
I didn't get that invite, mate. No way.
Yeah, I'm surprised because he invited the whole of Britain, I think.
So when I used to come back from training, those they were younger, but we was all around the area together, and I was like, "Come on, man, just give us what you was doing today at football." They were really enthusiastic and wanted to make it as pros, and Gavin and Craig ended up making it later. Kevin George ended up getting in the door at Charlton as a scholar, but Gavin and Craig ended up making it as pros. Gavin was 23, Rocastle was 22, maybe 23 as well. He went straight from Kingstonian to Chelsea. So, but I used to help them and coach them after sessions. Like, come on, let's do this quick feet. Let's go and do these sort of runs. Let's do these little passing drills. So it was there. It was there, but it really wasn't until I bucked up with Gavin and Cads.
Yeah,
that was because I'd broken my ankle from Chelmsford, just recovering from that, and I just wanted to still be fit. So I went in and started training with them, and then they was like, "Look, do you want to come in and start coaching the academy and and play with the first team and play in the team?" So I was like, I was optimistic about it, but I was like, what, let me just give it a try. They're good people, and the rest from there is history, man. The amount of players that have come out of Dulwich from within that time, and the success of the club, the growth.
Maybe you can help me with something. Actually, this is like a random thing. Remember, Dulwich had a striker.
Yep.
Not last year, but I think it was the year before. And it's banging in goals halfway through the season. I always try to remember.
Sure, it was only last year.
No, it might have been the year before.
Year before.
You're not talking like that. Yeah, so it wouldn't have been Daniel Carr. He'd already been gone by then.
No.
It went to Huddersfield. It wouldn't have been
hair
long hair.
Yeah, and it was a young boy. I keep forgetting. It'll come to me every other day. I try to
You're thinking about it, who's this guy?
Yeah, I just can't. I remember Prem teams were after him. I don't know where he went after that.
Yeah,
but he was bagging goals. But anyway, I digress. Do you guys have like plans?
Reece Alessani.
That's it.
Yeah, it's at Coventry.
Yeah, he went to Coventry and then he come back to. He came back to Dulwich.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he came back on loan. I think he went somewhere else on loan, and then he came back to Dulwich on loan, and obviously Dulwich got promoted in another league again, and then done his medial, or he's done his cruciate from what I remember. Yeah, just earlier on in this season.
Okay.
Yeah, he come back. Yeah.
But he's at Coventry.
He was signed.
Still there? I'm not sure if it's a loan or whether he came back permanently to Dulwich. That's one thing we can probably find out. Actually,
I'm trying to remember that.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Yeah, So it was like last 2 years ago. You're around the right time. Smashed in the goals. Yeah, good, very dynamic, very good player.
Do you guys want to? Okay, let me ask you first. Do you have plans to manage other teams apart from? Obviously, you're managing England. I'm not going to put you out there and be like, but is it a thing?
Within six-a-side or just like in general?
Okay, we'll go with six-a-side first.
All right, six-a-side. Obviously, as I touched on it again, I managed Scotland for 5 years. So the natural progression, I think, not because they was a worse team, because I think they showed a lot of heart, and I call them my family. That I went through a lot in 5 years with them, travelling up and down to Scotland every month to train and everything like that. I had to call them family. I had to be in it. We had to be in it together. So for me, that's probably the best time I've had coaching or managing anyone, like within youth football or now obviously senior football. So I would never ever doubt their ability or their grits or determination for the game. but I've just think it come to a time where it was too hard to keep on doing that. So yeah, when the manager left, who was Scott Cousins for other reasons, he's ex-Hendon player. He was at who was he? Potter's Bar manager last season, but he stopped doing that now as well, because I think he was doing his knowledge. So a lot of it he couldn't do no more.
What's that, taxi stuff?
Yeah, so yeah, black taxi and that. So he couldn't do it no more. But he was a great manager and he's a great coach as well. But when he quit, they offered me the job, and I just felt that it was too good to turn down. So I don't think within the six-a-side game, no, I don't think there would be any other. Obviously, I would take the job. No, I don't think so. But 11-a-side, as I said, I've got to enjoy it. To be able to do it, I've got to enjoy it. So at the moment, I come back from the World Cup. I spoke to a couple of my mates who just at FC Elmstead, which is only like step 6, local to me, etc. And that they asked me what was I doing, not doing anything. So we had a conversation, and I've gone in and helped with the coaching there at the moment. We're sitting 4th in step 6. Hopefully get promoted, because there's 4 teams going to go up. But it's a big month this month. Everyone's playing each other, around each other. So I'm happy to do that with my friends till the end of the season. They play the same style what me and Kev and that, because they've come out of Dulwich as well. You know them as well. So I'm happy to do that. So I don't know what Kev's aspirations are.
Do you have aspirations to manage?
Yeah. Manage. You know, it's kind of a strange one, because you know what I mean. I wouldn't turn down being a coach at the top level either. You know what I mean, at a high level. But yeah, my aspirations are to either manage or coach at the highest. Yeah.
What are your actual playing styles when it comes to six-a-side? Like you mentioned, there's all these blocks and different tactics. And what's the sort of
I think it was an
games
eye
you
opener
go
for Kev this year. So obviously, when we go back into training, I think Kev, for me, I said it from day one when I wanted to get him on board through the style, what me and him know and want to do. I always turned around and said, for me, obviously with Junior and Gav, because I've seen them, are the best coaches around. Like no one can knock their record, what they've done. You know what I mean? And he's still doing it now with obviously Cray Valley, and the style of that is get the ball down and play, press as a team very well together, set traps for the team, and work out where the weaknesses are for other teams, and obviously our positives as a team, what we can influence against them. You know what I mean? So our style of play, we don't have to always worry what they're doing. Kev knows, and he can put that in place. So I always wanted him on board from day one. It was just obviously he needed to learn. I think he's learnt that now, getting to the World Cup this year, the style of six-a-side. So I think we'll be a lot stronger going into this year.
What, do you not have tournaments every year?
Yeah.
World Cup every year, yeah.
World Cup.
Oh wow, where's it this year?
It hasn't been announced yet.
But do you know?
No, there's bidding. So there's a few countries what have been mentioned, and one of them's London, as we said. But as we said, we don't really want it in London. We'll take it if you want. So we're waiting to see, obviously, and that it's been in Europe the last 2 years. So
when is
maybe they're going to look. The first year it was in September. What was it this year?
It was September.
September this year. So it's around September, October, November time, always.
I must be able to get a call up for that myself.
lace up them boots.
Got to roll back the years, yeah?
Alright, thank you. You're here, Jamie. Tell them about it, please. 'Cause I don't know. These listeners have watched. They don't rate me. I don't know what's going on. I have to lace them up again.
Roll back the years. But last time, to be fair, the last time when I was on a coach, I remember playing against you. Do you remember what happened?
I can't
when you was on loan at AFC Croydon.
Oh, that was an absolute mare of a game. I think that's what I
We dinked you as well.
My broken leg.
Yeah, we dinked you.
Oh, no.
So I
Like
came back from
5-6-1 that on that day in the cup.
Okay, now let me explain this one.
And you got sent off.
Can't just be bringing these ones up. No, you can't just be bringing these ones up. So basically, no. Let me say. So I broke my leg. That was like I was trying to get back in it.
I think it was your first game.
Yeah, that was my first game back since the break, and things just weren't moving. And I remember, I think my head was gone. The referee got sent off.
To be fair, we had the quickest winger who played for Cray Valley. I don't know if you know him, Ola Rabu. You may, yeah. So we had he played left back, yeah.
Left back.
Played left back.
My first game back, left back.
Literally, and he's against the quickest winger. Like
I left my lungs somewhere in
ridiculous.
North London. Mate, it was got sent off. Oh.
Yeah. Just anything what could go wrong went wrong.
Nah, it was 2 yellows. My head 1 goal.
Yeah, 2 yellows.
I gave a goal away. Like,
So you gave a goal away.
yeah,
You played bad and you got sent off.
yeah. I think that was a day. I remember thinking maybe this ain't for me. You know? I was just like nah. But then after talking to people, I realised it's your first game back. You can't expect to.
Them moments make you stronger anyway, man.
No, they didn't make me stronger. They didn't make me stronger, man. But, okay, so before we wrap this one up, who are like your? Okay, first we're going to start with England. Like someone you watch and you just think unreal.
What
For you guys,
for
for the Sixers side.
obviously everyone's going to say Mako just because he's a name. But for me this year, I would say Ahmed Abs.
Okay.
I think Abs stepped up to a new level that we didn't actually knew he had. We knew how good he was, but I just think he adapted to it so well. His assists and selfish play probably didn't get noticed as much as what it should have been. Like obviously Mako was scoring the goals, but if you look at the overall play of Abs, even on defending and pressing,
involved in everything.
And everything. I think if you look at the games, he was involved in everything.
You've got to be
what was
super
good for
fit
us.
for that, man.
Yeah.
Got to be super
Good
fit.
tournament.
But he actually, he 2 weeks before he went to me, I'm not fit enough. I'm going to this World Cup. I don't think I'm fit enough. And when he got out there and he started playing, I think he just adapted to it, and obviously the adrenaline probably helped him and the rest of the lads as well. So he just stepped up. So I'd probably say Abs for me. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely a close one. Like you're saying, a lot of people would say Mako looks after the ball really well, really expressive. But I think if some people saw the goal that, and it was a goal that kind of a bit of a move that we worked on with Abs' ball around the corner.
Corners, yeah.
If you see the quality of his pass for that goal,
I think I remember that one.
flicked it over
that went viral.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. And that's something that I already knew that he could do, because he's when we was at Dulwich, we spoke about possibly getting him. But I think due to distances and where he lives and his work, he wanted to kind of stay over that side. Very good player. Yeah.
If you had to pick an all-star 5-a-side team or 6-a-side team from the players, obviously I'm not going to know some of these players you're going to pick. But furthermore, on that subject, are there players who are just known in 6-a-side and who are just absolute, like
what UK-ish?
If you come into football, you know Messi, you know Ronaldo.
Tox is known really well, isn't he?
Oh yeah, in the UK, I would probably say obviously I've been playing it for like 10-15 years, so I know all the top players in there, but for various different reasons, some of them can't play and some of them can play, but we won't get into that politics again for a certain thing. But some of them is that attitude as well, and commitment and stuff like that. But yeah, there's players within the 5-a-side and 6-a-side what are very well known, and then when you go to the World Cup, obviously everyone knows the top players within them squads. So obviously the lads now will know if they go back this year and they're lucky enough to be selected again, they know that player from Russia, or they know that player from Hungary, or they know that player from wherever, you know what I mean? So yeah, you get well known.
Yeah. So if you had to pick
you perform.
all-star 6-a-side team,
From this year, we've spoken about it. From this World Cup,
England and
excluding the English players.
okay, no, excluding your guys. If you had to pick one,
The Russian goalkeeper.
The Russian goalkeeper, he got goalkeeper of the tournament anyway.
Yeah, he deserved
very, very good. And we said from day one, and I explained it to Kev from day one, for me, and I said it to the squad, the most important thing about six-a-side is having a good goalie that can play. Like, yeah, you can save the ball, but you have to use it as an extra player.
Yeah,
like, he has to be able to express himself coming out with the ball.
so someone like Edison would be.
Oh,
Yeah.
a joke.
Yeah.
He scored. The goalkeeper scored.
Oh, is it?
The Russia goalie.
He had a lot of
You
shots.
go on there,
I watched a lot of their games.
Yeah.
He scored one unbelievable from just inside the
His
halfway
left
line.
foot is ridiculous. I've seen him do it
But he
before
had
as well.
plenty of other shots. He was a joke.
So yeah, he would be the number one.
So, but okay, this is where it gets a bit. So formation, would people just think 2-2-2?
No.
No,
So
he
you
is
can change
rotative.
it, but a lot of the better
Rotative,
teams.
Yeah, no, yeah.
A lot of the better teams play the two at the back, and they play the two wide, and then one down the middle. So it's like a 2-3 really.
What do you lot play?
2-3.
2-3. Maybe we did rotate in one of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we played
kinda
like one in the
rotate,
hole.
One in the hole.
Yeah.
2-1-2.
So 2-1.
So who would make up your other players?
The defending wise,
I don't think I'd even have any of the defending ones in that all-star team. The expressive ones were too good, and they were good at defending.
yeah,
The hungry number 10,
yeah.
he was unreal. I thought if they would have probably got to the final, I would have called him the best player of the tournament. I thought you know what I mean? And it's hard because I look at these players and I'm like, you know what? I'd like to take him to England and put him in 11 aside. I'd have him in my team
But
all
then
day long. But yeah,
If
it's
they're good
different.
at that,
Yeah.
like you said, if you're good at 11 aside, it don't automatically.
It
translate.
doesn't. It
But if you're
doesn't.
good at
It's
that-
hard. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard thinking about it. But him. The Russian number 10 was also my other favourite.
Russian 11 as well.
Russian 11. He got player of the tournament, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
He got outfield player of the tournament. He was very good.
MVP.
The Greek.
The one who
Greek
scored the winner
7.
against us.
The Greek 7, he was very good. I even went up to him and told him he's a good player. I just like the way he manipulated the ball. His energy, his defensive side, he had everything. And again, like you're saying, the one that scored the winner against us.
Was it number
absolutely-
77? What was it?
Okay. So before I wrap this up, it was your first World Cup, right? Were you surprised when you got there and you saw just maybe how big it was?
Yeah, just definitely surprised in terms of how, you know what I mean, how much it was being followed. The atmosphere, you know, I actually had to compare that to speak to some of the players because I'd obviously just come back, or during just before I went to Wembley, you know, and that was that experience, you know what I mean, being able to take the players out on the pitch, but the atmosphere in that six-a-side, you know, definitely, we was fortunate that everyone wanted to support Greece, and if they weren't supporting Greece, they wanted to support us.
Yeah.
The English team. So
Unfortunately, we got each other in the
and we had each other, and that atmosphere was electric.
Do you get English fans though coming over?
Yeah.
Really?
One of the players had brought literally his whole family.
Yeah, Arjun Judd, who plays for, he was at Walton Casuals, but now he's at just Step 5 with Abbey Rangers. He's literally his whole family and friends all come over.
Unbelievable.
Henry Moveridge, who plays for White Hawk, he's captain now. He's family and friends come over as well, so there's another 10 with them. So yeah, no, it was unbelievable support we had who come out with families and that come out there. But yeah, as I said, like Kev said, the atmosphere was ridiculous, especially in the quarter final. Obviously, playing in Greece against Greece.
Yeah,
it was. We played on opening night as well, so just after the Greece game. So we had there was 2,000 in there watching Greece, and then they stayed to watch our game afterwards against Argentina.
Yeah.
And then when we played Greece, there was literally 2,500 in there, and
3,500.
Yeah, and then 2,000 more outside,
wanting
to get in on and watching on the big screens. It's
crazy.
just the atmosphere was ridiculous.
Listen, when you're there, you know, I mean, I was obviously been playing football, and 5 aside and 6 aside was something that I loved anyway. I literally was maybe I should have been fit to get
Yeah.
lace up the old boots. You know?
Did
Get
you
involved
actually?
in
You
some of
must
this.
get tempted though.
I'm always tempted all the time. All the time. I'm always tempted, man. I love trying to join in bits and stuff like that. Definitely.
Okay, cool. But guys, thank you for coming on, man. I hope you've enjoyed.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it
Amazing.
was a good one. I enjoyed this one. Guys, keep liking, subscribing, sharing. Get at us, at us some players that you think Jamie and Kev should look at, and I'm pretty sure they will. But until next time, we're out. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Cheers. Thank you very much.